So first of all, I would like everybody to remain quiet in this room because I know there are not too many of them. And but I do have a question for all of you who are present in this room, you. So, how many of you use Windows operating system? Okay, so all of all of you three. So, and I'm pretty sure that you use some kind of antivirus software, McAfee, similar. Uh, I guessed it. And these antivirus softwares, they're not free. You pay for them yearly, monthly, or you have some kind of subscription. But you know what? It's the anti-software programs are the biggest scam of software industry. They are the Bernie Madoff of the software scam. It's like you hire someone in a asbestos industry, and then you charge them for costly medication. Have some sympathy, dude. That guy just made one of the worst decision of his life, and at least make it free. But it's not just about Windows. There's it's not always the Windows that you hear jokes about, but there are cult followings of people. There are people who follow Windows and they just stay with that operating system. There are people who follow Linux or some form of Unix. And what I've seen, and the folks who use Unix, are the most violent people in the software industry. You know why? Because their world starts with bashing. This is all they do, and that's not pretty a pretty peaceful way to start working on a computer. Bashing, come on. Every now and then, 3-4 years, you come across a new buzzword, and these days it's about big data. Big data this and big data that, and seems to be a running race of companies who say, hey, we produce 100 gigabytes of data in one day or in an hour. We produce peta. We only talk about petabytes. First of all, dudes, there's a difference between big data and too much data. And by the way, the petabyte you were talking about, it tastes really, really good with the hot salsa. So you must try it sometime. And speaking of food, it's never a good idea to name your company on a food. Probably Apple is the only company who's been successful in naming their company after a food. But there's an inherent danger if you name your company as a food, because you never know who will eat you away. And so you have to be very cautious what you name. But when it comes to naming of the company, there used to be an era where naming a company made sense. International business machine. They were doing something. Nowadays it's you name a company that has no meaning. It's Orkut. What does this mean, by the way, Orkut? And by the time you think of figuring it out, what the name of that company means, either the company is out of the business or you are too old enough to even care about it. And these days, it's like it took so many years for us to evolve from being a monkey to humans, and now there's a company very popular who wants us to eat like a bird. It's very, very, very ironic. And I think Google very likely is the only company that has been very successful that had no meaning to its name, and it has become a synonym of searching. So you search for a question, you search for a job, you search for a jacket. What do? You go Google and you look for what you're looking for, and it's kind of a company. It's a big company, and it's kind of a company that it seems like everyone would like to work for. But I feel very sympathy for the employees of Google. Because if they need another job, where will they search? Google?